Welcome again. Today we're going to be talking about social media marketing. Now, if you are not on the social media page and you have a business, then you are missing out on a lot. In fact, I can dare to say that your business might go extinct very soon. Why is that? These days, when people want to make a purchase, the first thing they do is pick up their phone and search, where can I get, let's say, the best perfume, or maybe the best cream, or what's the best cream for my skin. And the articles that pop up to tell them what cream they should use, their skin tone, how to solve their problems. And it's not just creams, whatever they're trying to purchase, wherever they see these articles, they tend to be more predisposed to buy from these people. That is, if the person who wrote the article has a business of their own that they're linked to. And all of these things help to drive traffic to their online stores and even their physical stores if they have one. So basically, social media marketing, or rather social media, Google included, and all the search engines help to drive traffic to your online store or your physical store. If you're not online, then you're missing out and you're losing a lot of customers. And even those customers that tend to buy physical goods are more, favored now, or rather predisposed to social media, Google most often, in terms of being guided, because nobody really wants to be scammed. So if you want to get more sales and you want to increase the likelihood of your business making it into sustainable profitability, then I suggest that you get started with social media marketing if you haven't. And again, there's so many people who are into social media marketing, but they don't really know what they're doing. They don't know how many, or rather they're just trying to increase the number of followers they have blindly. They want more followers in a little time without doing what they need to do to get those followers, and not even knowing how to build a community or keep those consumers, those followers, entertained and engaged. So this is just going to be an introduction to what social media marketing is. I've already told you why you should be on the social media marketing space. So let's talk about this a little more. What is social media marketing? So marketing is basically you telling the customer what you want, what you have and how it solves their problem. All you do as a marketer, or what a marketer does for you if you have someone professionally handling it for you, is that you tell them, or you tell your marketer what it is that your business does, what problem your product solves. And then your marketer takes that, and if you're the marketer, you take that information and then you present it in a way that the customer can relate to, in forms of stories, songs, adverts, banners. If you're working with a graphic designer, or even web design if you're using a web, it's all for you to communicate to the user what the product is and how it solves their problem, also why they should buy it from you. And that's where branding comes into play. So social media platforms that you should be on, there are a lot and more social media platforms coming up these days. So how do you choose which one to be on? Even the most popular ones are becoming crowded and competitive. So where do you go first? Do you go on all of them at once? No. In our experience, that tends to be overwhelming, and it takes so much time and effort and energy, a lot of energy, to build your presence significantly on one social media page, let alone the so many that are out there. So our suggestion is you try to have a presence on the major social media platforms, all of them, but then pick at least one, at most 2 or 3, I'd say 2, that you're going to be actively involved in. So I'm just going to give you a brief overview of which social media mostly works for what. Everybody is familiar with Facebook, or most people are familiar with Facebook. Facebook has over 2 billion users as of 2020, and that seems to be increasing. Now, the age population in this group are mostly elderly. The youth seem not to be so engaged because they're probably on Instagram and Twitter, but nevertheless they're still found on this platform. So do not underestimate Facebook when it comes to marketing. They also own Instagram. It's just that Instagram has more of a younger population and is more, how do I say it? Never mind. Okay, so if you have a B2B business, B2B simply means business to business business. I know that sounds confusing, but I'll break it down. If you have a digital marketing service, who are your customers? Your customers are going to be business owners, probably vendors, restaurant owners, people who sell goods like shoes, bags, tailors, people who give services like tailors, and the likes. So B2B means that my business is to service other business people, or rather my product helps other people who have businesses. It's not a business to customer relationship, it's a business to another business. So whatever services I'm rendering is going to another business. That's the meaning of B2B, business to business. I hope you understand. Then there is B2C. That's the basic one we know. Business to customer. That's the regular. I have a product, buy from me so that you can use it because it meets your need. Or I have a service. Come, let me meet your needs, and then you pay me for it. So it's business to customer. Now, Facebook, Instagram, and a couple of others. But for now, let's focus on Facebook and Instagram. Actually, mostly Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. Google Plus is still a little bit out there, but Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest are better platforms when it comes to business to customer. So when you go on these platforms, the users there are most likely people who are just going about their businesses, liking posts, and just being on the social media page, or rather space. In Facebook, the people there are less in a shopping mindset, because when you think about Facebook, you think about, I'm going to catch up with friends, check up on people from my secondary school, what they're doing, or people from high school, or my family, what's my grandmom doing, or my dad. It's kind of a community. So when people come there, they're not really coming to buy stuff, and when they see ads for shopping, it's just by chance. Some people might click, but they're not really in a shopping mode. Unlike in Instagram, where there's more of selling, a lot of selling going on Instagram. So people there might be more predisposed to shopping on Instagram. So Instagram more than Facebook, but nevertheless, Facebook owns Instagram. So when you run an Instagram, or rather a Facebook ad, it's going to be cross-post to Instagram. So that's an advantage when it comes to running ads. However, it's good to build your page. If you have a business to customer, like you're selling a product or a service to customers that they should use, then I advise Facebook, Instagram. Pinterest is good for people who have products, but you have to have very high quality pictures. Majority of the people who shop, or rather who visit Pinterest, are women, and it's been shown that over 50% of people who visit Pinterest make a purchase decision based on what they saw on Pinterest. And that is so true. I see it a lot in my environment. Pinterest has amazing pictures, amazing ideas, amazing innovations, and high quality pictures. So people actually go there to make purchase decisions. And if you're able to leverage and you post your pictures and you can drive them back to your website, your store, you're going to make a lot of sales. Now, for B2B business to business, LinkedIn is the boss right now. Although Twitter is doing very well, but LinkedIn seems to be the boss, because on LinkedIn is practically a business to business platform where people go to show off their achievements, their skills, and whatever else they want to show to build their career basically. And it's where a lot of companies go to find people to hire. And even these days, when you want to apply for a job, many companies are starting to ask for your LinkedIn account. And in the nearest future, that might get more intensified. So your LinkedIn page, if you're a professional or a career person, is very important. And if you are a B2B business, that is your product or service attends to other people's businesses, like digital marketers or graphic designers, or there are actually quite a lot of them, then LinkedIn is definitely the place to be, and you want to optimize yourself on that space. Then there's also Twitter. A lot of people are familiar with Twitter. Twitter is where to make a buzz. You can easily interact with anyone on Twitter. It's easy to communicate. There's really no barrier, and trending is a matter of how relevant what you're posting is. It's quite easy to connect with anyone on Twitter. So Twitter is also a good place to build a B2B business, social media marketing strategy, or rather to use as your social media marketing platform. All in all, the summary of everything I've said is you should definitely get into social media marketing. And in social media marketing, content is key. However, we'll be getting into that in the next lesson on social media marketing. For now, all you need to know is that Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest are most favorable in B2C businesses. That's B2C, business to customers. While LinkedIn is king, and Twitter are more favorable towards business to businesses. So I hope you understand so far. So let me recap. Social media marketing is basically you making your services, your products known on the social media space. And how successful you are really depends on how you're able to maximize your presence on whatever social media page you decide to be on. You can't be on all, you can actually, but you might not be as effective as you need to be. But what you can do is have an account in all or almost all the social media platforms if you have to, but choose at least or at most 2 or 3. I suggest you that you are going to really put all your effort in and create a lot of great content for, so that you can get more followers, get more engagements. And we're going to get into all this later parts, this engagement and followers part later on. So I hope you're able to gain something from this. That's the beginning of social media marketing. See you soon. Bye.